I have been seriously thinking about quitting YouTube. I would prefer not to, but I have been seriously considering it, and it has to do with the shadow ban. I will try to explain why I think that happened. At least for the next few months, I will keep doing Tesla videos regularly, but I am thinking about what to do next, and there's something that you can do directly to help me make that decision. If you want to just skip to that part, you can use the timestamps, but I recommend that you watch the entire video. But if you do enjoy daily videos from me about Tesla, make sure to click the like button. That will also send me a signal. Oh, yeah. I should keep doing the daily Tesla videos. And the way the shadow ban works on this channel is only about 50% of my regular viewers see my videos, and the YouTube algorithm pushes my videos out, but only 3 days after it's published. So this video, I expect it to not get that many views in the first 3 days, and then later I expect it to get more views because this video is more like an evergreen kind of video. I expect this video to actually get quite a few views, but my regular news videos, they don't get views on this channel. So I'm posting my full daily news videos on this channel, which used to be the clips channel, but now is just the full daily news videos. And I'm not really posting anything here anymore. And if for some reason you haven't subscribed to that other channel yet, I'm gonna put a link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Here's what happened. I basically asked, is it raining? And I should have answered with, I don't know, I'm not a meteorologist. And the question that I was asking had to do something with was displayed here. I'll go into a few details later on without being too direct because I want this channel to be intact. Maybe I can still rescue the channel, so I don't want to add more harm to it. By the way, I am a Leo. I feel strongly for this sign. First of all, was the channel actually shadow banned? The channel with 42,500 subscribers. Here's how the algorithm of YouTube works. It looks at click-through rate, meaning, for example, this video got 11.3% on its first day, which is when most of the views happen, like 90% of the views happen within the first 24 hours usually. And typically, a good click-through rate is 11%, 10%. These are decent click-through rates, and the higher click-through rate is, the more YouTube will reward that video with more impressions and therefore more views. Here's another video from my old channel, 11.3% for the click-through rate. And then one more thing that really matters is your average view duration. So this one got 1 minute more than usual, which is great. So if you have those two things, high click-through rate and people actually watch the video because you didn't clickbait them, unless people just start disliking the video, that video will do very well. So on the old channel, I would get between 20 to 30,000 views, depending how good of a job I did. If I did terribly, I would get under 20,000 views, which would be pretty bad. And if I did really well, I would get about over 30,000 views. And you can also see likes. These do matter as well. Thank you for clicking the like button, by the way. So here's the performance of videos before the shadow ban. So this video had a click-through rate of 14.2%, very good watch time, and therefore this video did great. This one 14.1%, good watch time, it did great. So you can see that 10% click-through rate is pretty standard, 13% here, and this video actually did really well. So all of the videos are around 10, 11, 12%, maybe a bit higher if it's really good. And you can see exactly when the shadow ban happened right here, April 13th and 14th. I deleted 2 videos here because I thought maybe that would help, but it didn't seem to change anything. You can see here, every video would get over 20,000 views, and now 14,000, 12,000, 13,000. This one did a little bit better. This one only 11,500. Likes are still very good, but maybe the videos were terrible. Okay, well, let's take a look. This video got 14,600 views, and you can see it's about half of what my videos would normally get, and the click-through rate was 22.2%. Okay, but maybe people clicked on it and then they didn't watch it. Completely not true. People actually watched it longer than usual because I put extra effort into making that video and it showed. Here's another video. Also, it got about half of what my videos usually get. Click-through rate 19.6%. People watched it 58 seconds longer than usual. Here's another one, about half of the views in the first 24 hours. Now, after a few days, it did get a boost, actually. But it's a news-focused video. Who's going to watch a news-focused video 3 days after it's out? And you can look at the average view duration. This one has slightly lower view duration, but that's because it got pushed out a few days. It was already out, and Like I said, no one actually wants to watch it after it's out for 3 days. But on the first day, the watch time was actually really good. And here's one more. This one got a little bit over 11,000 views, 18% click-through rate, and good watch time. So clearly there's something going on. These videos have a high like to dislike ratio, just as usual. Nothing unusual about that. High click-through rate, high average view duration, except low views. Now, when I look at the impressions, in the first 24 hours, it's a lot less. And usually after the first 24 hours, YouTube doesn't give me any impressions because it doesn't make sense to give any impressions to a video that's outdated a few days ago. But it's giving a lot of impressions after that, but no one's clicking on the video. Or if they do click, they don't watch it because it's already outdated. So it's a weird shadow ban. I'm still getting less impressions overall. In terms of YouTube showing my videos to my regular viewers, about 50%, not affected at all. The other 50%, they don't see it in the first 3 days. So I'm getting about 85,000 impressions per video after the shadow ban. And before the shadow ban, I would get about 150,000 impressions in the first day. Here's another video, and then basically no more impressions, which makes sense because these are news-based videos. So I think it's abundantly clear that there's something going on here. While I cannot know for sure what happened because YouTube will not tell me, this is what I think happened. I also have one more theory which other people suggested, but I don't think it's the case. I'll explain later why. And before I explain what happened, I need to make this extremely clear. Anything you choose to do in your private life, I have no issues with that at all. Your sexual orientation, anything you are, all good. However, I'm not cool with harassment. I published a video, and at the end of it, I had a little segment during which I talked about a certain issue, and I basically said the woman needs to be protected. Now the question is, which woman? I'm not gonna tell you which woman. You can come to your own conclusion. But I had that segment, and that video, when I published it, it seemed normal. Likes were really good. Comments were overwhelmingly positive. I have never received so many positive comments, by the way, on any one of my videos. Never. It was not even close. So everyone who watched the video actually liked the video, but almost immediately after I published it, I saw a big dip in views. It was not even subtle. It was very apparent. Speaking of transitioning, in the long term, I would like to transition to reporting general news overall. I really like geopolitics and things like that. And there are multiple controversial subjects that I want to cover. But if I'm not able to, then does it make sense for me to keep doing YouTube? Maybe it does. I'm thinking about it still. However, I know that I'm the type of person, if I see some extreme injustice being done, I have to say something. I cannot just sit back and do nothing and pretend like, oh, everything's okay. No, that's just not me. So if I can't even report on what Elon Musk is saying or doing, that doesn't seem right. But from this experience, what I have learned is that I definitely cannot rely on YouTube. And if I go more into general news, and I don't actually want to get political at all, I would prefer not to. But there are a few things that I very strongly believe in. For example, property rights. I believe if you buy a property, you should be able to own it, and no one should be able to just take it away from you for some random made-up reason. And private property rights are central to a capitalist economy. So if you believe in property rights, you are a capitalist, like I am. And one more thing that I am very strongly in favor of is not banning people. Even if they say something that sounds a bit weird, I don't want people to get banned. For example, let's say someone says, Soviet Union with its political system, super left, was the best country in the world. Okay, you can say that. And then after someone like me makes a video about how the Soviet Union killed over 20 million people, your reputation will also be killed. So I am strongly against banning people. I'm for figuring out what the facts are and what the truth is. And not about, oh, someone feels like it hurts their feelings. Oh, no. The facts don't care about your feelings. The facts don't care about how you feel about a certain ideology. You might think it's the best ideology in the world, but the facts show that it leads to many millions of people being killed. So I know if I keep talking and if I keep reporting news, eventually I'm gonna say something that will severely, seriously piss someone off. I mean, someone with power, because they'll be lying and I'll just show facts, and then they will look really bad. And when people look really bad in power, they do something about it. And so I'm thinking, what do I want to do over the next 20, 30 years? I have some opportunities that would be extremely lucrative, but even though I would enjoy doing them, if there's something that I think I would enjoy more, and if it's something that I think in the end will actually make a bigger difference, then I think that might be a better choice to pursue. But Elon Musk reposted this and he asked community notes to double check this. And under this post, there's no community note, so I assume this is true. There's a bill in Canada which will give police the power to retroactively search the internet for hate speech violations and arrest offenders even if the offense occurred before the law existed. Anyway, this is sort of really relevant to me, so I will be looking into this a lot more. So even if I report news on Elon Musk or Tesla, I need to be really careful not to say something that the government would consider as hate speech. I mean, what exactly is that? Technically, I guess calling someone fat could be hate speech. In practice, no one will care if you're insignificant, but if you are significant and if you want to go against what they're saying, even if what they're saying is completely false, verifiably, then you might be in trouble. That remains to be seen exactly what they are going to do. But do you see how that plays into me rethinking, do I really want to keep doing this? Because maybe I'll, by accident, just offend someone really seriously. And do you remember this? The Prime Minister vowed to freeze anti-mandate protesters' bank accounts. Now, while I don't think the chances are high that the government would just come after my bank accounts and just take my money away, well, technically not take it away, just freeze it so I have no access to it. While I think that happening is very unlikely, unless I directly criticize them openly and I go after them really hard, maybe that increases my chance. Still, I think the chances would not be very high, but it's something that I need to think about. I mean, I don't need to make more money. I'm okay. But if I keep reporting news and they do take everything away from me, if I have no support from anyone, if no one really cares what I talk about or anything like that, then what's the point? So here's what I'm thinking. My philosophy overall is, if you are in the public and if there's a chance that you might upset someone, you definitely cannot rely on the wealth that you already accumulated. If you are quiet and you stay under the radar and you don't upset anyone, I think that's fine. I think you can do that. But even then, in my case, this is my personal preference, I still wouldn't want to rely on that, because revolutions can happen, countries change. For example, the country that I'm from, the whole system changed 34 years ago, and many people, they had something and now they have nothing after that change. So I have seen that happen. So I don't want to just paint and draw, which is something I like, by the way, or I really like playing table tennis. I'm actually pretty good. I don't want to just do a hobby all day and earn no money. I don't want to live like that. I want to improve my skills, improve my earning ability at the same time, while doing something that I like and while doing something that I think will really make a difference and something that brings value to people that interact with me. And I try to do that with my Tesla videos. I try to make them as informative as possible while also being as entertaining as possible. I try really hard to do that. And I know some people actually really care about that, and they see a lot of value in that, so much in fact that they sign up for my Patreon and they don't cancel. And I have learned I definitely cannot rely on YouTube because the algorithm is so finicky. Sometimes I feel that when I publish a video, and then if I have, let's say, 3 videos that don't perform as well as the previous videos, I just get worried. Oh, am I getting completely shadow banned? What's going on? Do I need to stop doing this? Is this the end? And then I did get partially shadow banned, and now I see that that fear was actually very valid. So what I want to do is I want to focus on Patreon. So I'm going to start making a whole bunch of exclusive videos for Patreon. I will still keep doing the regular Tesla videos here on YouTube, but I will add extra Patreon videos on top of that, exclusive videos. I will start making quite a few, especially in June. I might be a little bit busy for the next week or so, but I just made this video, which I think is a fairly important video. It's a bit of a warning to Tesla stock investors. It's not something I would want to publish on this channel because then so many people would see it, and I don't want it can be misinterpreted really easily. So I'm going to focus on Patreon quite a bit. My goal is to get to 100 Patreons, so now I am at 40. At 100, I think it's fairly clear that people actually care. Right now I'm trying to determine, do people actually care, or they're like, it's all right. And then 250 is what I would really be aiming for, because the channels that have been around for quite some time, like Dave Lee, Tesla Daily, Solving the Money Problem, they are all at over 200,000 subscribers. So I know I would definitely get to that point. With the old channel, I was at 40,000. So I know I would at least 4x the number of followers, which should, in theory, 4x the number of Patreons, which would bring me to 1,000, which really is the goal. So the channel that used to be the Clips channel, where I publish the daily videos now, the full daily videos, that one I'll just keep about Tesla and Elon Musk. This channel, that shadow banned, I'm not sure. I'll see what I can do about this. Maybe I can get it unbanned. I don't know. I'll see. Now, if you are in a very tough financial situation, I'm not expecting you, any support from you. Keep the money for yourself. But if you do appreciate my work and you do look forward to my daily videos, and if they are helpful to you, if you got any value from these, then your support will send a very strong signal that people actually care about these videos and that doing them actually makes a difference in people's lives. I like entertaining. I like bringing the news. But I also want to make a difference. So at this point in my life, I need to think more which career path forward I need to choose, because there are other opportunities that I could get myself involved with that would be a lot more lucrative. And while I would enjoy doing them, I think I do enjoy making a difference more. So if you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, click the link down below to sign up for Patreon. I have 3 tiers you can choose from, and each one comes with slightly different benefits. With all of them, you will get how much I'm willing to pay for Tesla stock each year between 2024 and 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode. And one more quick thing. Some people suggested that the reason why I got shadow banned was because I talked about the Tate, and I disagree with that, because look, this video was posted on March 13th. It got almost 700,000 views, and this was a long time before the shadow ban happened. This one I published on April 9th. It got 255,000 views, and the shadow ban happened on April 13th. But that video from April 13th, and I published that with that segment at the end, it was immediate. It was obvious. I don't think it's a coincidence that it happened that quickly, that immediately, but nothing happened after I published these videos. So I don't think it was because of that. And I definitely did not endorse the Tates. If you watched the whole video, you saw a very long segment of me commenting about what they talked about and me disagreeing very strongly about certain advice that they were giving in the video. And some points like work hard, go to the gym, take care of your family. These points, of course, I fully agreed with. But I do have a few more ideas what I can do to try to bring that channel back to life, and I will probably know in about a month or two if it worked or not.